What dumb thing did you get involved when somebody say, hey, they either challenge you to do something or they say, hey, let's do this. And you're like, yeah, good idea. And you do it. And you're like, that was really stupid. 800-682-1075. Morgan Wallen probably has you beat. In 2019, there's a video that has surfaced. The audio is not great, so we can't play it. But the video has surfaced of him challenging another guy to a head-butting challenge.
Oh, no.
So let's headbutt and see who gets knocked out first. And it's
Hold my beer.
No. Hey, y'all, watch this.
Yeah, and it kind of fits the narrative of Morgan Wallen recently.
Yeah, or for the last several years.
Yeah.
So 800-682-1075, what is your hold my beer moment? And you're like, that was stupid.
And this tends to, I think, happen mostly with men than women.
Oh, yeah.
I absolutely am racking my brain and cannot think of something. I've done dumb things.
No,
that
but
never,
your husband.
But then I think about him, and I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Right.
5, 6. Yeah, the night before we got married, I'm going through like dumb crap that he did.
Definitely your boyfriend or husband. If you're, most women don't. I don't know why. It's our nature. It's a instinct or something.
There's always alcohol involved.
Yes, there is.
Always.
Matt,
Always.
Not true. Not always.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah,
In my
that's
life,
right.
there's
That's right.
Alcohol or egos.
Yes.
Yes.
Ego
There you
is
go.
definitely
Yeah.
an ego can be more powerful than
Yeah.
alcohol.
Oh, yeah.
So put those two together. 800-682-1075. So, and you could tell on your man too, like, oh yeah, my guy did this. Let's go to Kim. Kim, what is the your Morgan Wallen hold my beer moment?
Hey, Jared. Well, when I was in college in the 90s, we had some guy friends of ours, me and my best friend, who challenged us to walk across the trellis, a train bridge over a river at midnight. And we did. And they told us just to stay there for a minute. They were going back to their car, and they took the flashlights and left us.
Oh my gosh.
That's dangerous.
What the heck?
We had no, it was so dark you couldn't even see the moon. There was no stars, and we literally crawled on our hands and knees back to land.
Over the
That's terrifying.
bridge.
Yeah.
That's
Gosh.
great.
So that was a challenge, but it had no alcohol involved. It was just pride. I wanted to outdo the boys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 800-682-1075. What were you ever challenged to do and you did it and you're like, this was stupid? We'd love to hear from you. Morgan Wallen challenged a guy to a headbutting contest about 5 years ago, which is obviously really dumb. I know, talking about women wanting to keep up with the guys, I remember being on my mission in South Africa, and there was a sister missionary. They're elders and sisters, that's what they call them. But anyway, sister missionaries. And we're eating lunch all together, and there's a super hot sauce in South Africa. It's like blazing hot.
Oh, gosh.
Oh,
I forgot about those.
Yeah.
Miserable.
And those challenges, everyone, and somebody's like, I'll pay you $20 or their version of their money if you drink that entire bottle.
Oh, gosh.
Oh.
And it was like, it was
No.
her and one other sister missionary and like 8 male missionaries, like elder missionaries. And she was like, I'll do that. And I'm like,
No.
this is a bad idea. And but of course, I'm like, do it. And she drank the entire bottle and she tried to play it off.
Right.
And then all of a sudden her face got red. And then she's sweating. And then she was in her apartment for the next 3 days because her stomach was like torn to pieces.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
lucky she didn't have to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
You can do that. And I don't know what it is with hot sauce, but every single time I have people over and it's a party type atmosphere late at night, it's always amongst the people, not always me, a huge hot sauce challenge.
Yeah.
Every single time.
That's
no.
never happened.
Oh, yeah, we get the hottest of the hot, then a neighbor brings down, no, this is the hottest, and then everybody plays it off like it doesn't bother them whatsoever because they can tolerate the hottest stuff. And
trying to act like they're
every
cool.
time,
Yeah.
every time.
Women, of course, you're talking about a woman did that, but when you say, Jason, the difference between men and women, so my husband got some takeout, I think Mexican food, and there was a hot sauce on there, and he's offering my daughter $20 if she drinks the hot sauce, and it was a tiny little thing.
Yeah.
She's like, no. So he's like, $50. She's like, no. He's like, $100, and she's like, absolutely not. So he's like, fine, and he takes it like a shot, and he's immediately in the bathroom sick. And she's like, duh, Dad.
Yeah.
Why would I even try that? I'm like, okay.
Oh, man.
My son can handle the hottest to me.
And my daughter can too.
Crazy.
It's insane. There's like these like Korean ramen noodle things.
Oh, yeah.
They're really spicy. And like I took one bite and I was like, I can handle pretty spicy stuff. And I was like, that hurts.
Different type
My
of
daughter's
heat.
eating it for like it's supposed to be a challenge. She's eating it like for her lunch.
That's crazy. Dang.
It's insane.
That's impressive.
800-682-1075. Kendall, What was your hold my beer Morgan Wallen moment where you got challenged to something and did it?
Hey, good morning, guys. Love listening to you.
Thank you.
So I did not participate in this, but it was a group of my friends when we were in high school, and they had a bright idea to see who could jump the farthest off of a trampoline.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
That's real dumb.
Oh my gosh.
So,
I love it.
not who could do the highest jump or the coolest trick. No, jump and see how far off you can get.
Yes.
I love it.
And my best friend, she did win, but she fractured her leg in the process.
Oh no.
Jeez, of course.
Yeah.
Of course she
Gosh.
did. And she was scared that she was going to get in trouble, so she walked around for an entire day without telling her mother that she was hurt.
Oh my gosh. Then she can say, "Oh, I fell down the stairs." or something.
Oh, gosh.
All right, Kendall. Great story. Thank you. That is some redneck stuff right there.
Why do we have 2 women that have called in? Like,
Yeah.
come
That's
on,
impressive, yeah.
ladies.
Everyone gets peer pressured for sure. Russell, and we're all dumb. We're all a little bit dumb. Russell, what was your Morgan Wallen hold my beer moment?
So I had so it was a group of friends, and we were all bored and had nothing to do. So one of my friends pulled out a little tub of icy hot, right? And then so somebody bet the bet was $50 to go pleasure yourself with some icy hot.
Oh my god.
I knew that was happening. I knew it.
You win.
I knew that was going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't the best.
Oh, no. We're losing you.
Oh.
Not even 2 minutes. Not even 30 seconds later, you just hear a loud scream
Of
come from the back.
Oh,
That's hilarious.
Oh,
Playing the banjo with some icy hot.
no, not a lubricant.
Not smart.
Not a lubricant.
No. Gosh, that sounds painful. All right, let's go to another female, Lisa. Tell us about your hold my beer. You know, Morgan Wallen just challenged somebody to, or a video just surfaced him challenged somebody to a headbutting competition. What is your moment like that?
So mine is my husband's. His name's Eric, and his was not a hold my beer moment, but he dared himself. He's like, "Hey, does anybody want to see me eat this whole ball of wasabi?"
Oh,
We were like,
No.
no.
Everyone's like, no, we don't. He's like, all right.
Watch this.
Yeah, we literally said, no, don't do that. He's like, okay, here I go, and he does it.
oh my
And,
God.
starts the sweating and the oh my gosh, about to jump out of the booth, and he said a pain went from the front of his eyeballs to the back of his head, and he thought he was going to have a stroke.
Oh, my
I will
God.
say
Oh, my gosh,
on the
thank you.
wasabi stuff, it's a shooting pain, especially in the nose area, but then it disappears quickly.
Yeah.
Where the hot sauce can linger and linger and linger for like seriously, seems like a half hour.
And-
Oh, yeah, like 30 minutes for
It's
sure.
like a different type of heat because I can do wasabi all day long. Wasabi peanuts, wasabi peas.
Yeah, I
you know,
can do that,
I
but-
just like, and then just regular wasabi, maybe not a whole ball, but I can eat it like it's nothing. But hot sauce,
But it's wasabi like shoots up
I
your
like
nose, and
that.
it's painful at times, but it's gone quickly.
love it.
Yeah, my friend Sean, Sean to me is the one that did the most. He had this liquid hot sauce that I actually had to keep up, way up high so no kids could get it, and also it had like a little dropper. 'Cause it's like supposed to be like a little drop maybe for a stew. And when we got into this competition, I actually got rid of it when I had Everly. 'Cause I'm like, oh my gosh. And she took a dropper after drinking at a cookout and all this stuff, and his gum boiled up into a huge like a bubble.
Yeah.
A
Like a
bubble
blister?
was on
Yeah.
in the inside of his gum. He was like a bubble. He had to like
Ew, stop! Oh,
Pop
he had to
it.
bite the bubble
Shut
to pop the bubble.
Oh,
Got
geez.
blisters
Like
all
a
over
heat
his
blister.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
And as usual, he
Golly.
acted like nothing was bothering until we noticed he wasn't talking right, and all of a sudden we saw the big bubble.
Oh my
Like a
God.
boil.
I know he does dumb challenges because every time I see him, he's like either has an eye patch or there's something. There's
He's
something.
the same guy that went to the resort that fell. Oh,
Oh yeah, got all bloody.
He's still recovering from
Yeah.
that.
And he's your friend that I find the hottest. So maybe there's some correlation.
He
I don't
seems
know.
like a reasonable person.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
He's smart. He does like security IT
Yes.
for major corporations. And he's
And
like,
he's funny.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's a good family person.
Yeah.
And then he does dumb crap
He does
like
that. That's dumb stuff. Monica, tell us about your challenge that somebody challenged you to and you did it. That was dumb.
Yeah, so it was actually my husband. It was a July 4th weekend, and we're all at the lake house. And there is
Watch this. Here it comes.
Yep. There was a spider as the size of your hand. It was ginormous. And people start putting money down on the table for someone to eat the spider.
I'm sorry.
Eat it. It'd be poisonous.
Yes.
Raw?
To eat it, and the bet got up to like $140, and my husband ate it.
Oh my god!
And the next day he was like violently sick, the worst hanger of his life. Plus, he ate this ginormous spider.
That is.
And then I went and bought a piece of furniture with the money that he made.
That's very good, girl.
Well
but
done.
you can because some spiders have venom.
Yeah,
they're
venomous.
It's got to make you sick. Plus, if it's raw and not cooked, so you're looking at
it's
salmonella.
So disgusting.
Either way,
Other
let's
people's
not
blood in
eat
it?
it. Yeah.
Squid, we know you're dumb.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Monica. Squid, I'm sure you've done some dumb things.
Yeah, I would say probably the dumbest is in college after like one of our house parties. Somehow I think someone like a girl stumbled into the wall and there was a hole in the wall. And then we got into a contest of who can punch the biggest hole in the wall. Because why not? So we're all
Such a
punching
dude
holes
thing.
in the wall. And I got lucky, I punched the hole and it was good. But the guy after me punched, but he hit the stud. He hit a nail. So
God.
he hit a nail. His hand was bloody. He broke his hand. And we were because we were knocking on the wall. We're like, no, there's no stud here. And bop! And it's hit him. And then obviously he goes and doom. And that was.
That's horrible.
That's like being that hammered to make you think you're a contractor and you can identify studs.
Yeah.
It sounds hollow. Doot, doot, doot.
sounds
Matt, what about you?
Yeah, in college, drinking, and we had a water balloon launcher. And my friends thought they had really good aim, and so they wanted to see if they could hit me at a distance with this water balloon launcher. And every time they shot one and missed, I had to take 5 yards closer. So I got drilled with a water balloon launcher from 15 feet. The one right
Did it
before
hurt?
the one that hit me went maybe 2 inches from my face. And had it hit my face, it probably would have taken an eyeball out.
Oh my
But it
gosh.
ultimately hit me right in the armpit, kind of in the shoulder, and I started bleeding.
Oh my
Guys,
God.
came in with some
Stupid
power.
things,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's when you mix ego and beer together. It's it's the stupidest. I look back, it's so stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
testosterone.
At the time, though, it's the most important thing ever.
It's like Godzilla coming out of the waters.
Yeah. And I didn't realize how dumb it was. It was filmed, and then I started showing people to brag about it, and every person I showed was like, "That's so stupid.
That's not a flex,
That's so
man."
stupid. That's so stupid."
Yeah, right.
So the video's somewhere. It's not suitable with language, but it's
You've
somewhere.
got to find it.
You have to try to find it.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, so really stupid, not drinking, but all we had it was almost a prank challenge. We were Jackass before Jackass, the show, and so I think this all happened in one night. In one night, we hooked up a bunny stuffed animal. This is at night with a fishing line, and we would pull it across the street. When cars are coming.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
Not thinking at all a car
Oh
wreck.
my
Yeah.
goodness.
It's just ha 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 ha. They're slamming on the brakes.
Yeah.
And then it's what else can we do? Because the high wasn't enough anymore. and so
Maybe you're better off doing drugs.
Yeah, heroin is a better idea.
and then we had this character that we built called Timmy. And it was a wooden character that we put on a skateboard and dressed up and put a hat on and everything that we would also roll out in front of traffic.
I am
Don't
appalled.
do any of this stuff.
What
This
is
is high
wrong
school.
with you?
It's called high school.
Somebody could get
That's
killed.
great.
Of course, yeah. Killed, whatever. At the time, you're thinking it's funny.
Timmy could have gotten killed.
Yeah.
And then the high still wasn't good enough. So we're
Oh,
like,
no.
this is Fleming Road, if you're familiar, where it turns into 5 lanes. There's a
Yes.
lane,
boy.
5 lane. We're like, well, this farm across the street has a lot of straw. Why don't we just build a wall of 4 feet and then set it on fire all the way across all 5 lanes? So then we did that.
Oh my God.
Wow.
How are you not in prison?
Yeah. That kind of ended the night because then the police were called or
Yes.
fire department was called because I remember distinctly hiding in the woods, looking out of a wall of flame across 5 lanes of road, and we're dying laughing. And then we hear sirens, and then we're like, scatter! And we all run back to.
Oh my goodness.
And I remember being at my friend Tyson's house. There's seriously 13 teenagers spending the night that night. And we just hear it knock at the door, and it's the police. They said, you got a bunch of teenagers here. Did they set the road on fire? And the mom had no idea. She's like, what? Set the road on fire?
Right.
I'm like, no, they've been back here the whole time. We had just got back in. She didn't know. And we were like trying not to laugh. They're also like terrified and scared at the same time. I'm not going to say which friend. Another friend later that night went back out. And this is terrible.
No.
I'm saying this is terrible. It was just like you're trying to up each other. You're trying to top each other.
Yeah.
And he peed in like a Gatorade bottle. And we're just walking down the street. He sees a BMW with the sunroof open. He just pours it into the BMW.
No, that's terrible.
And I was like, that's what the rich get, 1%er. No, but I was just like, even I was like, okay, too far. The road's funny. That's too far.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just like you just keep topping each other. And then when the night's over, you're like, okay, that was really dumb.
So which prison is this friend in now?
It's funny. I see him all the time.
He's
His
a functional member of society?
He is. It's shocking.
Wow.
He's actually very successful.
Oh.
I don't know how. I mean, a lot of us could have gotten big trouble growing up, and I'm glad we didn't. But I mean, all my friends are extremely successful. It's shocking. Trust me, my teachers and my parents, all of our parents are shocked that none of us are like incarcerated. Jason, I know you still have scars from something you've done before.
Oh yeah, well, it was really important because it was
really important.
First invited to my neighbor's house when we moved in, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go over there and meet my neighbors because I wanted to fit in. You know what I'm saying? So they had a fire pit, and we're all sitting around a fire pit, and the owner of the house was like, I have this game. This is late that I play, and you take a stick and you like kind of slap it on your thigh, and if you can do it, you pass it to the next person, and the last person that can't do it anymore is out, and then it's between the two people.
What kind of stick? Like bamboo? Like caning?
It's like a stick. It hurts.
I call it a switch.
Okay, I was thinking of the switch.
And
oh my gosh!
for the next 3 hours.
Oh my gosh! No.
And I didn't want to be like, I wanted to fit in. We just was like, I mean, I was drinking as fast as I could to numb the pain. All of our calves or our legs were bleeding. Mind you, this was a guy's thing, and Carol's at home, and I come walking home, and my legs are all bloodied. And I still have scars on them from this day from doing that. And at the time, it was just so important. I was like, Carol, these are our new neighbors. This is an important contact. And the funny thing is, when I went to something at the Greensboro Coliseum not so long ago, I ran into him. And of course, they brought it up. Like, remember the time you guys switched each other legs for 3 hours?
Was he in a wheelchair?
Till 3 o'clock in the morning. I mean, it was devastating.
brutal.
You would just just say, "All right, your turn next." It would take a stick, and you just, all right, on the count of 3, 1, 2, and the other guy wham as hard as he possibly could. It was awful.
That's terrible.
Did you spank each other with paddles in fraternities too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a theme.
It is a theme. Yeah, this wasn't when Jason was in high school. This was like 2 years ago.
Right. Right.
With other successful people.
Right.
But, it happens.